All right, America may not be ready for him to be president, but it sure is good to have Governor DeSantis back making power moves in the free state of Florida.
The governor announcing today that he will be sending the state's National and State Guard to defend Texas's southern border.
Biden has the authority to close this border today if he wanted to. He lacks the will to get the job done. He lacks the capacity to see the problem for what it is and to get the job done. And so the American people are basically left scrambling, and they're left to have to deal with this all on their own. We are going to fortify our presence along the southern border so that we can stop this invasion once and for all.
Let's bring in former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Pam, good to see you. I got to tell you, I love what Governor DeSantis is doing. Other governors are doing the same thing, saying, listen, immigration is not a Texas issue, illegal immigration. It's an American issue. And what kind of impact, if our governors are sending their National Guards to assist Texas and potentially Arizona, can that actually stem the flow and give Joe Biden a little pushback on the open border?
It absolutely can, and it will. You know, Texas, they need manpower. These Border Patrol agents, the state men and women in Texas, they need help. And, you know, Governor DeSantis isn't only deploying the Guard, he's also deploying 100 of our Florida Highway Patrol men and women who do great service every day for the state of Florida. So, yeah, they're brave, they're bold, and they will be there to help. And 25 states have stood up and said, we want to help Texas. And yes, I think with 25 states, if they all send men and women there, it will make a huge impact because Governor Abbott isn't going to have these people in the state of Texas.
And Bill Melugin notes, Pam, that a large majority of the illegal crossings are now in Arizona and California. During the last week of January, Border Patrol of the almost 33,000 illegal immigrant apprehensions, 72% were in Arizona and California. But it also seems like there's something going on with Mexico's gotten tougher down at our southern neighbor, and it seems like that the talk that there was a deal done between Biden and Manuel Lopez Obrador might have happened to help aid Biden politically.
Dagan, frankly, I don't care how it helps him politically at this point, as long as it stops people from coming through the border, if that's true and if it actually works, yet to be seen. Because, you know, when they're saying, oh, well, we'll arrest adult males or we won't let adult males in, it doesn't matter. Women and children then will be used as drug mules. They'll be used to be trafficked. It's not going to stop the flow. So I hope they've reached a meaningful deal, but we'll see. You know, and so many of these people now coming through Mexico are from Venezuela, from so many other countries. China, we're even hearing now. So it's outrageous, and it's the safety of our country. And Dagan, every state is now a border state. Whether you're Iowa or Florida, we're all border states at this point in time.
You know, Pam, welcome to Joe Biden's America, where illegal migrants, they're set back on the streets after beating up a police officer, where Senate staffers filmed gay sex tapes on Capitol Hill. And every liberal goes about their merry way. We're no longer a nation of laws and law and order. I mean, that's a thing of the past. In fact, upholding the law is no longer SOP, according to Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General. Watch this.
Yeah.
We as a city and a community need to be much more focused on prevention and surrounding young people and their families with resources if we want to be safer in the long run. We cannot prosecute and arrest our way out of it.
Pam, this mayor's smoking crack. I'm sorry. I was a prosecutor. You were a prosecutor. Enforcing the law, arresting people, and sentencing them to jail sends a message to the community that crime doesn't pay. If you go back on the streets, crime pays, and it doesn't stop. You actually get more of it. This is so stupid.
Yeah, Sean, it makes no sense. Clearly, he was never a prosecutor like we were. But look what happened in New York, as you said. Those two officers were brutally attacked by 8 illegal immigrants from Venezuela, I believe. 2 of them had pending charges, yet nothing happened to them. They're out on the street. They should all be in Rikers Island right now. And if they knew that was going to happen to them, that they would be arrested, they wouldn't be doing it again. But they're going to continue to do it because nothing's happening. I was just in D.C. There are tent cities everywhere. Cab drivers, Uber drivers are scared. They're scared to be on the streets with the crime that's happening in D.C.
No, we're showing the video of the one of the criminals, illegal migrant criminals, of doing the double bird. We blurred it out. I don't know why we have to blur it out. Everybody should see that. We know what we're looking at. According to the New York Post, 4 of them have left the state. That they've been put by a not-for-profit, put on a bus and sent out to California. Funny, they didn't leave the country. They're just going to a different state. And I just wanted to note before we go, Pam, that Joe Biden's Justice Department prosecuted and convicted 6 pro-life activists who were sitting outside of an abortion clinic. They just sat there and sang hymns. Those individuals they're going to be sentenced in July. They face up to almost 11 years in prison. And other people, the Biden administration has never prosecuted anyone else, say places of worship, people in other individuals, only people who are pro-life.
No, Dagan, they have not and they will not. It's truly remarkable that these 2 guys in New York who just beat up the police officers are out, they're free, they're gone. Excuse me, the 8 of them who beat up 2 police officers, they're gone. They're not going to come back to court. They should be sitting in jail with no bond. They should end up at Rikers Island. Those are 15-year violent felonies on police officers, and 2 of them had pending criminal charges to begin with. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I feel sorry for New Yorkers, people in D.C., because that sure wouldn't be happening in the state of Florida. Nope. They'd be in jail, and they would know it.